I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. She is your real estate voice. It's the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or to sell real estate, and it does it with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, a lot of people look at those automated valuations like on Zillow, or they look at their neighbor's asking price to determine what their home is worth. But how does a home seller decide what price to set when they're selling their home? And how do you know how much they'll put in their pocket when it does sell?
Well, Richard, it's really interesting and it's kind of counterintuitive to what people would think. Back in the days when we had more of a buyer's market where homes are sitting on the market for 90 days, 180 days, it was a different deal. There was negotiating going on. So people would tend to price their homes high for negotiating room. But since the boom, which we're just coming off the boom, but we still have low inventory, we still have bidding wars, pricing your home correctly could mean the difference between getting your home sold for top dollar or having the home sit on the market for a long period of time and slowly walking the price down and it getting stale and tired and people asking why it didn't sell. They actually did some studies with the National Association of Realtors. And basically what they said, that if you price the home too high and slowly walk the price down, you're going to net less money, which doesn't make sense, but it is what it is, right? You want to position the home so it's the best home available in the buyer's price range. And so what happens if you price too high is that you're either going to get no or a few showings, or you're going to get showings and no offers. If you price it just right, then the buyers definitely are going to be making offers. Now, what about using those automated valuations? So everybody looks at those every time we talk to home sellers about making a move. That's one of our questions. Do you have an idea what your home is worth? And they always say Zillow said X, but I don't know if that's right. Typically it's not. Sometimes it's way off. And all Zillow does is just average the home sales around you. That's not really what an appraiser does. And that's probably not what a buyer does, right? There are different things that create demand for homes. No two homes are exactly alike. And you know what? When an appraiser gives an opinion of value, they have to compare apples to apples. They're not comparing a ranch to a two-story. They're not even comparing new construction to existing homes. So typically those online guesstimates are not right. And they have no idea what kind of improvements you put into your home. It's funny, sometimes when I'll ask home sellers, what have you done to improve the home? Some won't tell me until I go see, or they'll just give me kind of a general thing like, oh, we've improved a lot. And I never know what that means. Sometimes it's not much. Other times it's extraordinary. So there's a different price for a completely remodeled home versus just average updates. And if you put your house up on realtor.com, or you just go on to realtor.com and put your address in, doesn't cost anything, and you scroll down to this one section that says something like real value or real estimate, and click on that, it will actually show you more automated valuations besides the Zestimates from CoreLogic, Quantum, and some other valuation company. And the swing in prices, typically you'll see about $100,000 difference for every home in terms of what their quote automated opinion of value is. So you really need an expert to come in and take a look at your home and compare your home to other similar homes and give you a really good idea of what price range your home will sell in, what a reasonable buyer would pay for your home. And typically the pretty homes that are priced just right are going to sell, and even sell for a premium. We just put a home that was priced over $1,150,000 on the market, and we got 3 offers the first weekend, and it's closing next week for over asking price. I had another home that we actually met more than a year ago, and we finally went on the market. And we gave them suggestions as time went on as far as what to do to get their house ready for sale. One of them was flooring, because the carpet, of course, was 10 plus years old and it was time to do that. That was fine. Another thing they did, which I know we've talked about before, Richard, is it was a builder classic home. And when a lot of the builders built these production homes, especially in the 90s, they put carpet in the master bathroom. Did you know that?
Oh my gosh. Explain, because it's such a horrible idea. And yet to them, it makes sense.
Well, they do it because, I guess, because it's cheaper than putting even vinyl flooring, but vinyl flooring is not that expensive. I don't know why, but it is definitely a huge turnoff for buyers to have carpet in the master bathroom, especially around the toilet. So she went to our flooring company that we recommend and asked them if they had any remnants of luxury vinyl. And they had some beautiful 5-inch wide, gorgeous luxury vinyl. You can see it in the lower right corner of this, these planks that they put in and replaced that with the carpet, and it looks amazing. We had 87 people at the open house and it sold for $50,000 over asking price. So sometimes it's just little tweaks that are enough to make have a buyer really make a great offer. And the number one thing that home sellers want from real estate agents is education on how to price their home competitively. And I believe that pricing your home realistically versus optimistically actually gets you more money than maxing out, going right to the top. Okay. And so what we do is we sit down, we bring similar sales, both improved and not improved properties, so we can figure out how does your home compare to similar sales? How does your home compare to similar competition? Because we definitely want to put our buyer hat on. Most buyers could care less about what the comps say. That's just a real estate agent thing. And that's another thing that makes me crazy, Richard, is some of these agents will tell these buyers, oh, that home's not worth that much. Can you believe that?
Amazing. Amazing to me.
It's like, why are you doing that? Does that make you an advocate for your client? I don't know. To me, it's like the sales prevention business,
Yeah.
especially if the buyer likes the home. Don't say that. Anyway, they're crazy. We see it all the time on video. But you want to make sure when you're pricing, try to pretend to be a buyer. Try to kind of dislocate from the love of your home and look at the competition out there and look at your house and go, oh, okay. Well, look at it objectively and say, all right, well, if I'm a buyer right now, which home would I pick and what would be the price for that? And that's what we help you decide, because it is a seller's decision. It is not a real estate agent decision. Okay. So if you are thinking of making a move in the next 2 to 6 months, and you're interested in talking to us about your home sale, one of the things that we offer free is tips on what to do and what not to do to prepare your home for sale. We'll go over all the various closing costs, so you'll know exactly how much you're going to put in your pocket when it sells, and of course, give you a good idea of what your home will sell for. My name is Barb Schlinker with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and you're listening to Your Real Estate Voice. Richard?
That is Barb Schlinker, and she is your real estate voice. You can always call her at 719-301-3900. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. The name really is the promise, and you can listen to replays of the show anytime on all of the popular podcast platforms, or just go to her website, barbhasthebuyers.com. It'll link you over from there. Barb, what are some other magic bullets on pricing your home to get that very top dollar?
Well, I think that a lot of home sellers, of course, want to get the most money. It's not always going to mean that you have bidding wars on your home. It just depends on where you price it and all that, and how much demand you have for your home based on its pricing. I have one on the market right now that's really, really pretty with a beautiful backyard. And I believe we're kind of pushing the price envelope for it. However, it's beautiful. It's already had 2 showings, and both of those agents are talking about sending offers. So I think we got the pricing right. And so that is the kind of thing that you really need somebody that has the expertise to know what is in demand and what's not right now. And the other thing too, that we sit down and talk about when we meet with our clients is we go over all the various closing costs. So you know exactly what you're going to put in your pocket when it sells. And we'll give you kind of a range of prices. We'll talk, typically the biggest expense for most home sellers is to pay off their mortgage, followed by commission, title. We have a transaction fee, the closing fee. They settle up taxes. There's some other fees that may be unique to your home. Like if you're on a septic system, some of the counties around the Front Range require that you actually have the septic inspected. It is a seller expense. And but prior to changing ownership, some other things would be HOA. So some homeowners associations charge a fee to transfer ownership from you to the buyer. Those fees range anywhere from, I don't know, $150 all the way up to $1,000. Those are never happy fees that I have to discuss with sellers, but that's part of what we do. We actually give you a whole spreadsheet of exactly what you can expect to put in your pocket when it sells. So there's no surprises and you can plan for your next purchase. So how do you know if it's actually priced right? Number one is you can tell if you're getting offers. If you're priced right, you're getting offers, you're right there, stay there. But if you're getting tons of showings and no offers, you're too high. If you're getting just very few showings, you're probably 3 to 5, even 6% high. And you need to make sure that you pick the right agent that really understands how to price a home correctly. If you look up and down the Front Range, about a third of the homes that are put on the market expire without being sold during the first couple of months. Nobody wants to deal with buyer after buyer going through their house and criticizing their home and saying, well, I wanted this, or I didn't like that, or it's priced too high, or blah, blah, blah. So nobody wants to go through that. So you really need to hire somebody that has the expertise, that knows how to help you prepare the home for sale, promote it properly so that you get top dollar, and price it right. And you can contact us. My name is Barb Schlinker with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can reach us at barbhasthebuyers.com or give us a call at 719-301-3900. We also have a YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you Google Barb Has the Buyers on YouTube, we've got all kinds of videos on there about what to do and what not to do to get your house ready for sale. Richard?
You're listening to Barb Schlinker on Your Real Estate Voice show. And if you're thinking of making a move and selling your home, you want to get the very most amount of money, of course, call Barb at 719-301-3900 or just visit barbhasthebuyers.com. That's kind of one-stop shopping. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing agent showing nightmares and what you can do to avoid them. Plus, Barb's hot new listings up and down the Front Range. Stay tuned for that.